Hey, we're back. And if you were here last time, this is our lighthouse. You'll remember that we don't have a few of these areas finished just yet, so we might work on those a little bit later. But my main focus for today is the nether hub. But first, I just wanted to say thanks for being here, and I can't wait to hang out with you guys while we go start out on, well, the nether hub. Welcome to the soon-to-be nether hub. And the entire project is going to be run by me. So, I have designed and gotten to work on a rather large and somewhat unique nether hub. I wanted to kind of go away from the typical, really structured ones with all the tunnels and all that. Not that those are bad, but for our personal use, those are hard for a bigger server. It's not a super small server, so having all these portals and constantly messing with that would be a pain. So what we're going to do is a giant terrain. Now, there's a lot more to it that I will probably go into later, but the first thing we need to do to actually get it started is everything inside of this circle needs to be destroyed. All the way down to the bottom. Underneath the roof is not going to be my jurisdiction. I'm only in charge of the roof hub. So if they want to do another hub underneath, anybody can do that. They can do whatever they want, or if someone else wants to take on that project, they can go for it. But me, I am in charge. I volunteered to go ahead and work on the roof hub, not portal. And it's going to be a lot of work, including like 130,000 candles, and I'm not excited for it, but we'll get to that later. First thing we got to do is break this. I'm going to be using a mod. It's a fabric mod that allows me to break bedrock really quickly on servers. It uses pistons and all that. It's a little cheaty for my taste, but I also just want to get this done so we can get to the actual building, because that's the part that I would like to get to. So I suppose now that we have the beacon set up, it needs a beacon in efficiency 5, which we have. So we have everything we need, and I have the pistons and torches. We're just going to go ahead and break out this entire circle. I've already gone ahead and dug all the way down to the actual normal nether level. There's some really cool designs that will go all the way down. It'll be completely accessible, super easy to fly up and down. And then there will also be, if you look here, there's a little cutout that isn't on the other 3 sides. This will be a ladder for people that aren't using elytra, or they lost it, whatever it may be. There's a way to get up here without flying. And of course, powdered snow will be at the bottom, so you can just fall. All right, enough talking. Let's go ahead and get to breaking. All right, now before we take a better look at the nether hub and everything we've been doing there, there's kind of some things that we need to work on out here in our shopping district. Now, I've kind of been lacking in terms of like playtime, so I haven't really shown off what's going on out here and what we're planning on doing for our shopping district this season. So I'm going to show a little graphic on the screen right now, and you can kind of see the different regions of our shopping district. It's a very big district this season, and it's divided into these subcategories or sub-districts that are each run by their own governor. Now this one here is the Skyline District, which is a city. You can see the blue outlines where this build has to be a skyscraper. You can see some other city builds already going in. And this right here is the town hall for this district. And Duck has asked me to help him out with it. So it's already designed. I'm not going to show all that, but I will show us kind of building parts of it. I did the outside of it, and then we kind of both worked together on the inside. He did most of the downstairs, and then I helped a little bit more on top. So I guess I'll show that off. And then we also need to head over to our mailbox area, or our post office is what you want to call it. And we're going to build a little portal room in there because Alta4Andy has asked us to help out with that so that we can connect it to the nether roof. So I suppose we should just go ahead and get started, which means a lot of materials first. So once I get those, then we can get started. Now, to a certain degree, we're done with it. We have an interior structure, not interior in terms of furniture and all that, but we do have the walls in, the ceilings, all the rooms. And by all the rooms, I mean like 2 rooms over here that I think are just going to become offices. This is more for Duck to decide what exactly the use is for all these places. I know that somewhere down here he has kind of notice boards and then a map over there of this part of the district. There's also a bell that goes here. I just don't have the gold for it just yet, so we'll get that in sometime later. Cool thing is, we actually uploaded a custom sound of a bell. It's actually sitting under here with the daylight sensors, so every time it turns day, it'll ring 3 times. It kind of is meant to symbolize that bell up there, that will be up there, which you can actually see through here. It's purposefully placed so that through this window you see it. I mean, once there's skyscrapers here, you won't, but point still stands. The bell will kind of ring at the start of each day 3 times. Actually, I'll wait here until night, and then we can sleep, and then when we wake up, it'll ring. So I can show that off. But I kind of just wanted to show off what we did. I, again, mostly did the exterior. He kind of did this lower floor, and then we both worked up top. In my opinion, it feels pretty grand in here, which is honestly a good vibe to go for. It's kind of an older looking building for a town hall. Just thought the style kind of went well. I'm actually pretty happy with how it turned out. Now eventually we'll come back in here and do interiors. The most I've done so far is 1 rug and a bookshelf. So obviously we're going to need some more work. Here's the rug, bookshelf. I'm thinking plants on the side of these windows, some floor lamps. To get rid of these torches because there's something weird going on in the server with a lot of mob spawns. Not sure what it is, but we're going to try and avoid that because we had multiple creeper incidents up here. Quite obnoxious. But everything else is lit up. The lichen isn't like the best looking thing, but it's a nice subtle way to do it. So it's not super bright and like torch spammy, but it gives a nice subtle light that does spawn proof the areas that we need. And of course, any area that is like in between these walls. So up there, there's extra space. That's all lit up. And then right here, we actually do need to do a big clock on an armor stand. It's a functional clock, and now it's raining. But it looks very nice up there. Kind of a grand piece to put in here. Actually, I think this might be a thunderstorm, so maybe we can sleep through this. I don't know, let's try. And no, oh, there it goes. It's simple, but I think it's a nice addition. So when you're around here, it cuts off at 100 blocks. So it's like just outside of the main area of the district. His district goes over here. This is kind of a Hollywood inspired area. It does say like shopping district up here, like the Hollywood sign. But it kind of cuts off, making sure not to go into any player areas that, you know, wouldn't want to hear a bell every morning. So it cuts off in a pretty nice radius to get the central part of this district and not bleed into other areas. But that's all I kind of have to show for this area. I probably will show off shopping a little more another time. But I suppose we should go take a look at what we did in the Nether. I'm completely wrong. We're not going to the Nether hub yet. We're going to go work on the mailroom at the post office. That's all I had. Welcome to the post office, which is where we can see all of the progress that's been made in the Skyline district of the shopping district since I've last recorded, because I've been incredibly busy. So there's what we just worked on. There's the months of progress that have gone on since. Now, as I said before, there is a portal room in here that we have been assigned to work on, which is upstairs. Actually, let's check if we have mail first. No. Right up the stairs and to the left. It has my name on it because there's a big old empty room here that we have to design. Now, I've already designed it, so I guess we should probably just get to building it. I need to go get the materials first, though. So I suppose I will go do that. And then I'm going to shove you guys into another montage. Your favorite. It's really dark. Now let's try this. It is still dark in here, so we might have to figure out a different lighting source thing other than just candles. Especially that corner, it's very dark and you can't see anything. Granted, I play on 30% brightness, so we could turn it up a little bit so you can see. I don't have a whole lot to say, I guess. It's a pretty simple room. I kind of just made it like this big library room. Some desks, tables, and artwork. Not a whole lot to it. I kind of tried to keep some similar vibes. I went darker with the walls rather than spruce. That's probably the biggest change, is there's a lot of dark oak. The quartz is still quartz. I mean, I did bricks instead. But I like it. It's cozy. It's a nice little like kind of office-y feeling room. But I'm actually pretty happy with this build. This here is armor stands, actually. The bushes, because you can't put a bush in there, which I wish you could, because it'd look very cool. But that's an armor stand trick. I believe we used it in our architecture office thing last season, which never ended up getting used. But, I mean, this is probably a pretty good transition to just hop through the nether portal here and take us to the nether hub. And there we have it. Not the entire nether hub. This is like maybe the smallest part of it. In fact, these rings, or this ring you see here, there's about 2 more that go out a lot further. I just don't even really want to think about that at the moment because they suck to put up. But this kind of gives the general idea of what I want to do for the nether hub. Now, I've already been designing more, and this already changes a little bit. It's not actually this cliff all the way around. I believe it is on this side. It just kind of flattens. Actually, there's only like 1 cliff left. It's like right here, and the rest smooths out to kind of open terrain. And then everywhere there's a portal, I'm kind of putting most of them in cliff sides. I'm going to show a little bit of something later to explain it. So I probably won't try to explain it too much in words because I'm not good at that. But you can get the general idea of what I want to do, and that would be a kind of big open terrain piece. So this same moss is going to continue out for hundreds and hundreds of blocks where all of our portals will sit. There is going to be different biomes, so I'm going to have different rock colors. I'm putting trees in here. It's going to be very cool. It's not going to be just open bedrock. and everything will kind of hopefully flow quite nicely. There's probably some things that we'll add in the future as we go. This is kind of a season-long sort of thing. Maybe. I would like to get... I take that back, actually. It's a pretty early on season thing, but it has the opportunity and kind of needs to have the ability to expand as we go on, because I believe this season's supposed to last a couple of years. You know, obviously we have to expand the border, which means people are going to go further and further out, which means we have to expand the terrain further and further out. So maybe we'll change things up as we go. New biomes, yada, yada, yada. You get the gist. Now this is, well, this originally didn't have glass, but you know, I got some complaints about some people falling. Mahobe. We needed to put in some kind of barrier so that people stop falling here. This is still open so people can fly up and down. But yes, this is blocked up. In fact, if you guys have any ideas as to how this could be better rather than just the glass, because I know especially without the continuity, the connected textures, this kind of looks horrible with all the borders. So if you have better ideas, let me know. This pattern will eventually go all the way down to there. There is going to be powdered snow down there with carpet so that it's not actually death. So then this part, see, that's why there's a barrier. But there will be powdered snow to catch you so that you don't die when you fall down here. And this is kind of the best way I could figure out to get up and down, because the only other ways were like wind charges, and I don't want to restock them. But I do want to explain this a little bit better. So I'm going to try something a little bit new to do that. Just want to go over my main goal for the Nether Hub. So you're going to see a couple of stylized versions of what the Nether Hub is going to look like on the screen while I explain this. So I want this terrain basically, and then obviously we have the candles in the sky. That's going to kind of expand out, and it serves as just a center point, but also just something nice to see in the sky. And then all the terrain throughout the entire area, it'll change as we kind of expand out, different biomes, different styles. Overall, I want it to be very open, very accessible, but also still a very nice looking hub with a way up and down from the nether roof. And just something that's like pleasing to look at rather than not just functional. Now, hopefully that gives you a little bit better insight into what the nether hub is going to look like as I continue through the season, actually working on it. Right, voice chat just broke when Chibs just came over here, but he's just given me my TCG card. So Chibs has been working on these map TCG cards all season, and he's actually amazing at these. So I just want to show this off really quick. I wonder if there's an item frame I can throw this in, or we can just look right here. Look at how amazing he is at these. And actually, little detour. That's the Nether Hub and the idea. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what I want to do for the rest of the season in terms of the Nether Hub, or at least the next part of it. But I want to take a little detour to the end where he's doing all these so you can see some of the other ones he's been working on, because they're so good. And what's crazy about them is he does them all by hand and all in world. There's no Lightmatica. I've actually watched him do them. He literally sits there, places a couple carpets, and then checks it on the map and redoes it until it's perfect, and it's actually crazy. Also, a little appreciation for Tricky, because this is a very cool base that he's made, which is also the stronghold portal. Some crazy talented people on the server. In fact, I'd actually like to do a little bit of a tour sometime, just going around to see everybody's things, because people are so incredibly good at what they do on here. It actually looks like Dux is on here right now, and he has a Subnautica themed one, so his is actually amazing. But I'm just gonna let you guys take all these in for a minute, because he's actually amazing at these, and it's mind-blowing to me that he does these all by hand and no Lightmatica or anything. Dux might actually be my new favorite background. That is so detailed and so cool. A little sea moth and the Reaper Leviathan. Dude, these are amazing. If only we actually had the mountains in my base done. Speaking of my base, now that we've kind of gone over the Nether Hub, I'm going to go back and we should probably finish up the lighthouse interior so that we can kind of move on to new and better things. And that will probably be the last thing we do for today. And also hang up this TCG card somewhere in the lighthouse because it deserves to be hung up. We also got to sort out where we want our final portal to be. So something that we need to figure out very soon, especially because I'm working on the nether hub. I did go ahead and add a floor into here. And I did originally put a staircase in here just to see how it looks, and it takes up way too much space. So I think we're going to have to do a ladder. I'm probably just going to throw the ladder right here going all the way up. So maybe I offset it so that you can actually get up into the tower. We can extend this down with trapdoors and do something like this. And then carry the ladder all the way up to the top here. That should do it. Gives us a nice walkable platform. Obviously it's spawn proof, but then keeps it kind of open up there. Now I think we should probably have multiple floors in here, probably just one more. Probably about there, where this kind of begins to move inward. Then that gives me another room to work with. I think down here, we can just start with a bed. Brown dye, brown bed. Let's go ahead and just put the bed here. And I suppose we could do a little bit of a headboard maybe. Not sure what to do that out of just yet. But I'm also thinking we get a little bit of natural light. So maybe we do a window in here. How do we think that would look from the outside? I think that's pretty good. The only thing I might add is take some of this netherrack and add it below these just to add a little bit of shadow so they don't look so kind of pasted on here. Now, I did sort of finish it, except there's a few more details I wanted to do with you just because I did kind of skip to, well, this point. I've not yet done this part up the ladder. I'm not sure what to do with it just yet. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know in the comments because I'm kind of at a loss for what to do up here. But for down here, there's kind of two more things. So I wanted to hang up this map for the TCG card. And then we have this trigger if invisible to make the item frame invisible. I just wanted to hang this up because it's so cool and it deserves to be hung up. So we're going to leave that right there above the bed so we can see it every time we sleep. And then I have an idea for a little bit of a decoration. I wanted to see if we can maybe look like a fishing rod was hanging from the ceiling here. So we're going to use armor stand magic. I don't want to keep it parallel to the ground here. Something maybe like that. And then we're going to turn off gravity. We're going to raise it. Just like so. And I'm now realizing that perhaps that's a little bit too big for a fishing rod. Could maybe place it and put the chain there. We can then scale this down quite a bit. If I can find the armor stand. Actually just thought of maybe a better idea because when we're looking at it, this chain is very disproportionate. So I'm wondering, maybe we could use levers and then we could point a lever in from here and a lever in from here. And then we can set it between those two. It'll be a little bit easier to explain if you actually see it. Here's two levers. What if we do something like this instead? Like that. And then we place the fishing rod between those two. Maybe that will look better. I really don't know. If you guys have any other suggestions, maybe you guys have a better idea than I do because these levers are maybe a little too bright. But I definitely want to try and hang a fishing rod in here. So if you guys have a better idea, let me know. Nothing's really coming to my mind right at this moment, so we'll leave that for you guys to maybe give some better suggestions. I'm going to also give me suggestions for this room because I have no clue what to do here. I do still need to put that wall on the armor stands here, so I will do that between the next two episodes, between this episode and the next one. I will put in these cushions. But I think that's going to be it. we got a decent amount done today. First part of the nether hub, the mailroom, the town hall for Duck's Skyline District, and then the interior of this bottom floor. Probably clean up in here as well. But the interior of this room right here, I'm pretty happy with how everything turned out. And just to kind of give you guys an idea of what's up next, I think it's the rest of the mountain. It's going to be a very large undertaking, a very large project, but it's kind of the next thing we need to do before we can actually work on the base, because the base itself is just a bunch of houses and a bunch of buildings, but I can't really do those without a terrain to put them on, so we kind of need the mountain. I've been working on designing, and I think it's ready to be put into the world. It's just going to be a whole lot of materials, so I guess I should probably get to work. Thank you guys, as always, for sticking around. I appreciate every single one of you, and I genuinely mean that. But until I finally upload another video, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.